Odessa Frith lost two of her sons on the same day.
Shawn Shimron off the building.
She buried one.
Were you trying to hurt your brother?
The other sits in jail for his murder. Mary Murphy looks at a family tragedy triggered by mental illness that went unchecked. Tonight on the Pix 11 News at 10.
Police siren. The officer said, "Mom, where are you going?" I said, "I can't find my baby and my big son."
Odessa Frith has never told her story before.
My baby fell asleep on my chest.
The mother of six essentially lost two sons on September 29th, 2018.
Were you trying to hurt your brother?
Her oldest son, Shawn Smith, was hearing voices.
On his 19th birthday, I saw the changes.
Her youngest was 4-year-old Shimron, who was in pre-K.
He said he wanted to be a doctor. You always have the thing and
the stethoscope around his neck.
The children's grandfather had placed the family in a Nostrand Avenue apartment when they came from Guyana, but the electricity was turned off when bills weren't paid. Neighbors noticed Shawn acting strange.
He was just a little bit different.
Shawn's older sister says Kings County Hospital gave her brother medication for schizophrenia in the spring of 2018 and promised follow-ups.
They're going to send somebody weekly.
Did anyone ever come?
No. He took it for the first week, but then after he didn't want it.
Something that's always a concern to psychiatrists who know the side effects of meds used for serious mental illnesses.
Once they start missing a few doses, their psychiatric illness starts to recur, and of course it's a spiral downward from there.
Odessa has several distinct memories of Friday, September 28th. One involves little Shimron.
He was rushing out the door. And just as he go, he turned back and he watched me. He said, "Mommy, I love you." I said, "I love you too, Shimron." And he go. That is the last love I get from him.
That night, Odessa was frying sausages for her family, including 20-year-old Shawn.
We eat, we drink, we laugh.
I'm on the 6th story of the Nostrand Avenue building where little Shimron used to live with his family on this floor. Our cameraman, John, is shooting from the 7th story where the older brother, Shawn, was able to access the roof. And if you look below, you'll see the courtyard where 4-year-old Shimron was thrown to his death. It happened at 3 a.m. while the exhausted mother slept.
My daughter take the phone. She said, "Mommy, Shawn chose Shimron off the building."
Did you know what you were doing?
Odessa Frith waited 8 months to visit Shawn in jail.
He said, "Mommy," he said, "you come to know what happened to Shimron?" I said, "Yes, son." He said, "Mom, I didn't know what Shimron."
You didn't know?
I said, "Mommy, I didn't know what Shimron."
What did he think it was?
He said, "Mom, I think it was a bug." He said, "Mommy,
bag?"
He said, "Mommy, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Mommy." I said, "Shawn, I forgive you." I said, "I forgive you, although I know it hurt me. I forgive you."
It's hard to even fully comprehend this mother's pain. Odessa Frith said she doesn't forgive the building managers. She said police told them to have a good alarm on the roof door. They said they did. In our next report, we return to Nostrand Avenue to find them.
Make a hole, make a way.
El Chapo blew a kiss to his young wife, a former beauty queen and mother of his twin daughters, before slamming the judge in a 15-minute statement, insisting he deserved a new trial.
We learned that up to 5 jurors broke the law.
The Mexican drug billionaire made reference to gossip that made headlines shortly before jury deliberations. Allegations that Joaquin Chapo Guzman Loera, now 62, had sex with teen girls that he called his vitamins, and the jury read about it. Quote, "El Chapo, my case was stained and you denied me a fair trial when the whole world was watching. It's very clear the United States is not any better than any other corrupt country."
Mr. Guzman thought for more than 25 years that he was untouchable.
Mexican Marines finally found El Chapo in 2016 after he'd made his second escape from prison. A witness had testified El Chapo once paid a bribe of $100 million to the former president of Mexico. The ex-pres denied it. Others said Chapo tortured rivals, shooting some in the head or burying one of them alive. El Chapo complained in court his solitary confinement was torture.
Barriers now.
The security was intense outside and inside the Brooklyn Federal Courthouse, with heavy weapons, radiation detectors in the lobby, and bomb-sniffing dogs.
One of the most compelling moments in court involved a woman named Andrea Velez, who faced El Chapo before the sentencing.
Velez said she met Chapo to talk about a movie project, but she quickly realized the only way she'd leave his organization was in a plastic bag. Quote, I still have nightmares from when Mr. Guzman used me as bait to kidnap a former military person in Ecuador, she told the judge. He offered $1 million to the Hells Angels to end my life, she alleged, with her voice shaking. I escaped with the help of the FBI. El Chapo can appeal his conviction, but it doesn't look like he'll escape solitary anytime soon.
Never again will Guzman pour poison over our borders.
I'm Mary Murphy, Pix 11 News. There's no doubt the roof alarm at 2425 Nostrand Avenue is working now.
Why you guys go up on the roof?
Actually, our cameraman had only walked onto the first step of the 7th-story staircase that leads there.
If that alarm was there, my baby would be alive today.
Odessa Frith lives with the constant pain of losing her youngest child, Shimron, after her oldest son, diagnosed with schizophrenia, admitted throwing the 4-year-old off the roof last September 29th.
Why'd you do it?
Shawn Smith arrested just 4 months after he had threatened to jump from the roof, talked down by cops.
I could remember the officer telling the super to fix the alarm on the building.
Then at the end of September, Shawn apparently took Shimron out of his bed in the middle of the night and headed up these stairs.
The police tape is right over my window.
Norm Wilson lives right under the 7th story, where the roof door is located. Shawn's mother recalls after her son tossed his little brother into the courtyard, thinking he was a bag, he flagged down police.
He said, Mommy, when I hold Shimron, he said, Mommy, he said, I'm start screaming.
20-year-old Shawn Smith had stopped taking his medication for schizophrenia, but his mother believes an effective roof alarm might have saved her 4-year-old.
The owner of the building didn't even call to say sorry.
Just recently, a couple months ago, they changed the sound of the alarm.
When we went looking for the super, workers told us he'd gone to another building. The porter believes nothing could have saved little Shimron.
The guy who threw him off the roof was crazy. He wake up in the night, he took him off, the alarm go off anyway. He would have thrown him off at the building anyway.
Yet Shimron's mom is haunted by a noise that she remembers from the day after her little boy was killed.
And then I hear the alarm. I said, no, when my baby gone, now you fix this alarm.
I'm trying to find the owners or the managers of 2425 Nostrand Avenue.
The manager of the building, which is listed as an LLC, wasn't eager to go on camera. But he gave us a statement about the 45-plus properties his company manages. Quote, if you check all our buildings, the alarms are on there. Roofs cannot be locked. It's an emergency exit. Nothing on our end could have prevented this. After Shimron's death, the city and the boys' school helped the family move to a new apartment in Queens with nice furniture. Odessa Frith told a story about her 6-year-old Stephen wanting to buy sneakers for Shimron.
He said, Mommy, I want to play with Shimron. I said, you can't play with Shimron anymore.
I'm Mary Murphy, Pix 11 News.